It's 12:28. I don't know if you can see that on my dim screen, but it's 12:28 and I'm hungry. I want to get lunch. And the one thing here to note is it says it'll be fully charged at 1:18. But I'm not going to wait practically an hour to get lunch. I'm not going to let this thing dictate my schedule, my day, my life. So I'm just going to go. Let's just unplug it. We know the routine by now. $5.46 this morning. Now my range is 102 miles on all electric and then 58 miles on gas. I really want to see how much I can enjoy this vehicle during the weekend before I have to recharge or fill up. And basically what the day I first got this, I think would be the equivalent of your Monday. Will your Monday look like my Wednesday did? Like every time, like Monday's just a big PETA. It'll auto release the parking brake too. And yeah, I did unplug the cable. I don't know if it will go forward with the cable still plugged in. I never tried it, but we will, because that's what press cars are for, right? Anyway, this defaults to comfort mode. I am in comfort mode, driving along. It's actually fairly entertaining. It actually does give me something to have an affection toward, like a pet. It's really weird. Like I didn't want it to be a pet, but it's turning out to be like, you take care of it, it will take care of you. And I know that's always been a mantra for like a lot of German cars of yore, but I'm looking at this as if I do kind of like it, and I do appreciate it. The whole electric thing though is interesting. Actually, I wonder at the Domain if there's any charge parking. How do I figure that out here on the map? Here in the category search it says fuel stations. I don't need fuel. I need electricity, but there is no category search. That just allows me to type, yeah, forget it. Well, I think your GPS is a little useless, BMW. What I really need right now is, will there be a charging station at my destination? And I really don't feel like fiddling around with this. You know, what this really does is this tells you that you really are subject to a rigorous schedule, and I'm way too spontaneous for this car. Now I know it looks like I'm on a mission here to have a full charge, but I haven't reached full yet, and it's very easy in a gasoline car to just fill the tank and have a full tank and you're done, and then you just deplete it from there. But here I've actually never reached full, and I know that once I reach full it'll always be depleted. But my goal here is to see if I can do it. It's been 2 days. I haven't even pulled it off yet. I'm always not going to get that full range. When they say an electric car has a range of 100 miles, yeah, 100 miles is optimistic, right? By the way, Nick, this is what I wear to work. Thanks for asking. I'm so used to auto stop-start engines now. Every time I come to a complete stop, I'm waiting for an engine to shut off. Acceleration's pretty cool. That was floored in comfort mode. There is no sport mode, but you know, it went off the line pretty good. I could see how it beat a 4-cylinder Camaro at least to 30 miles an hour. The Domain is basically a large outdoor mall. It's kind of like a city center, but it isn't a city center, and it's full of people who don't live here because no one can actually afford it. It's weird. It's like the opposite of a Chinese ghost city. It's got all these restaurants to attract people here, but the mixed use stuff I don't think has ever really worked out. I mean, there are some storefronts here that have already come and gone, and it's only a few years old. And there are new stores that are coming in, are obviously still working on stuff, but it's a place where people go to be seen. But at the same time, it's grown to just be a large mall. So when people say malls are dying, they're not really dying. They've just transformed into something a little bit more, actually larger, less compact, probably, ironically, worse than the traditional 80s style mall where it's all enclosed. This is just all outdoors. Parking is actually terrible, and you have to, basically you need an electric car to get around from one end to the other, because it's 101 degrees out, and that's without accounting for the humidity or the heat factor. It's just not entertaining. It's a city. I wonder, is there any special parking for me reserved for police vehicles? Oh, what the hell? I do have a general rule though. If I can't find parking, I'm definitely not going to stay, because if the parking lot's crowded, so is the frickin' restaurant, right? Because everyone's going to be there. That's why there's no parking. So I may just ditch this. You know what they need? They need a little sign that shows like the electric plug, and a sign to tell me where that parking is. I have a feeling that even if the BMW nav did have electric parking spots on the nav system, I still wouldn't be able to find it. I think I'll just park right here. Okay. Lunchtime. Okay, I'm back from lunch. Gotta get out of here and go back to work. I had to crank the windows down a little bit when I parked it because it was just too damn hot. And there's no sunroof, there's no vent, so this thing gets really hot. Get on the freeway, let BMW pay the toll, get to the office, do some work, get it fully charged. I think we'll be set for the weekend. If you had one for a weekend, what would you do with it? And don't tell me go out of town, because anything past 90 miles, you're not going to get home in the same day. Or maybe you would. Anything past, no you wouldn't. You'd have to refill the gas tank. Alright, here I am back at the office, and this time I'm going to park this way to see what it's like to bring the cable all the way over. And also I'm actually not going to park in the direction of the sun in the afternoon. It's a huge windshield and that's a lot of sunlight in. Let me turn that off for you. That's the parking sensor. Anyway, this is the afternoon after lunch, heading back. I'm definitely gonna have a full charge by the time I get back out of the office. So let's do this. Is it off? Oh, I hit park. There we go. Too many buttons. Okay, a problem I see already is this panel is in the direction of the front, which means it'll block most of the cable. I don't know. Let's see. Will it reach? Yes. And look at this beautiful cable and how it rubs up against the paintwork. Yeah, whatever. Not exactly brilliant, is it? Oh look, now it'll be fully charged at 3 o'clock. Alright, see you later. Okay, so I just put the charger back. I do have a full charge finally. And something that's interesting I want to show you is if we look at today's weather, it says 99 degrees, humidity 44%, heat index 110 degrees. It is really hot out, and something really cool is that you get the app, the BMW Connected app, on this particular i3 Rex, which has the technology package and everything on it. You can actually use the app to check the battery charge status from your office in there, or you can also say, you know, precondition. And what that'll mean is I'm going to leave at so-and-so time or in so many minutes and turn on the AC. Because today it's really hot and it would be nice just to have the AC on. Right now it's Friday. It's time to go home, edit some daily vlog stuff, and then go have some fun. So as you see, it says 100-mile range, fully charged. And by the way, I've done 161.8 miles. All right, back to the house we go. By the way, parking away from the sun definitely made a big difference compared to yesterday where this was really hot. It's no longer as hot as it was compared to yesterday. So this windshield, you definitely would want some kind of a shade when you're parked. Okay, I'm on the freeway and I really don't need comfort mode, so I'm gonna go into Eco Pro. If I go into Eco Pro Plus, oh, the car slows down. AC closes it down. I'm not going to use Eco Pro Plus. Hey, a toll. Thanks, BMW. I had a coworker in the car today and she absolutely loved it. Now, I think that this car does appeal to a lot of people, and other people just get totally turned off by what they think are materials that are very questionable, but I can tell you there's certain things in here that bother me, and that's this really hard surface. It has a look of it to like a backing plate to something, and it's you know, it's out in the distance like a peripheral view thing, and to me it's not my favorite, but it really doesn't distract me like the brown leather does. I don't know, there's like, it's like very eclectic, I would say. I'm not as disturbed by it as I was, but I'm certainly not in love with it yet. On a 110-degree day here in Texas, you may want to know, what is the AC like in this electric vehicle? What I can tell you is, it's great. I'm not sweating, I'm not really hot. The only downside is that the BMW version of auto air conditioning means you still have to adjust the fan speed, but otherwise, the temperature's great, the way it mixes the air with the distribution and stuff, it's all handy. I don't have any complaints in the AC department. The vents, they're a little small, but at the same time, I really don't have any issues with where they're positioned. I mean, they're not really blowing at my hands on the steering wheel, for instance. They're not really blowing directly to my ear. They just kind of flow nicely. Everything here is great with the air conditioning in the i3. The only downside though, there are no air vents for the back seat. That could be a deal breaker if you have kids or pets and you really want them to have air. I mean, especially, you'll be hearing about the complaints, probably. I mean, it is pretty big back there. What do you like the looks of better? The Kia Soul or the BMW i3? I'm going to try this in Eco Pro Plus for a moment, because I'm just on some local streets. The speed limit is below the cutoff of 56 miles an hour for this mode. It reduces the air conditioning to a meager breeze, but my range has now jumped up to 124 miles because of that. So something is obviously being calculated between the AC use and the throttle input and everything else. You can see Eco Pro Plus right there, as well as right there. Yeah, it's too warm in here for Eco Pro Plus. Back up into Eco Pro I go. I'm an Eco Pro! Well, I'm home and I have 88 miles of range left on the electric battery, so nice. I'm starting to really get an understanding for how the EV works. This is day 3, and I appreciate the watch time from everybody, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be a little bit more deep down into a lot of this stuff. Thank you for subscribing. Be sure to hit the stupid bell or whatever YouTube makes us do now to get notifications. Yeah. I'll see what I can do with it this weekend. I actually am not going to work next week, so I don't have the ability to charge it at that level 2 station. I don't know if I'm going to be necessarily inclined to charge it here at home because it takes such a long time. I do have another car I can drive, but that's not the point. The point is this a good daily driver? Is this a good car for a person who can only have one car? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm trying to find out. So thanks for watching.